to the Half Table Show. Me and Fifth Quarter, we wanted to kick this thing off this week, a couple of days into training camp. This Saturday, every Saturday, it's going to fluctuate between 5 o'clock to 7. We want to be consistent. Fifth Quarter Cowboys, what was the reasoning behind getting the Half Table Show started?
I think it's kind of I don't want to say spinoff because it's kind of I don't want to say spinoff of what we originally were. Some years ago, Space Cowboy. I guess he came to all the cowboy content creators that he thought were, I don't want to say best on YouTube because people feel a way about that, but I think he came to the content creator that he were more drawn to and like what they were saying, and we put together the roundtable. And it was good, man. It was really good. But every time we go live, we always get the question, bring the roundtable back, bring the roundtable back. And that's just one of those things of the past, man. It was what it was. It was good when we had it, man. But everybody just, everybody got their own walk, man. Some things aren't meant to be recreated. You feel me? So I just feel like, it was a group of us at the time. And there's only 2 of us now, so I think we were playing Madden one night and just said, hey, since it's only half of us, let's do the half table. And we actually did it, so here we go, man. We're gonna be consistent, man. They got us every Saturday, and they already know who we are. They know how we keep it real, so I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to start, man. It's just the first episode. They know if they out there and they know us and they see these 2 faces that now we got our own show, they know what to expect, man. So yeah, I'm excited, brother. I'm excited.
You'll be able to find this streaming on Cowboys Corner and Fifth Quarter Cowboys on YouTube, guys. I know Fifth Quarter Cowboys has had a quiet off season, as myself. It's hard to find content to make in the whole month of July until you get into training camp or even in June, right? Once you get through free agency, once you get through the draft, it's kind of like, what now? And, a lot of content creators, they like to project, and 1980 calls it the I think season, right? So it's always I think, up until you see shoulder pads, full pads. Let me just say full pads, because a lot of people think shorts and helmets it showcases so much, and it doesn't. It really doesn't. Once they get the full pads on, once they start their preseason games, there are only 3 of them this year. Once they start all that, then you're going to realize who's the cream of the crop, Fifth Quarter. So let's break into this training camp. They've had a couple of days of practice already. You've already told me a couple of names, but I want you to tell the people in the chat the names that you were telling me, with TJ Vasher from Wichita Falls, things of that sort. So who's been catching your eye so far this training camp?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, before I get to Vasher, let me say the current players, the players that are already here. I appreciate, whoever has injuries and whoever comes back from their injuries and still has the same dedication. I be hard on these guys, but salute to them for putting their bodies through what they put their bodies through off season, in season, whatever, man, because football is a physical contact sport, man. You're going to get hurt. I don't care who you are, you're going to get hurt. The bigger you are, the more subjective you are to probably get injured. You know what I'm saying? So just salute to them guys for what they go through, what they put their wives and stuff through while they're injured. Their wives being the muscle of the house when their husband can't get up and walk, or he in rehab, taking care of the kids, all that stuff, man. So salute to all those guys that go through that, or the current roster. But yeah, man, I've been watching footage on, Twitter, YouTube, pretty much like everybody else, man. And the first player that caught my eye was I saw a catch from a wide receiver, and he was going up against, I think, Kevin Joseph, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And what up, half post? And he caught a pass, man. I said, man, that's his wingspan is crazy. So I had to go look it up, see how tall he was and where he came from and stuff. The guy's 6'6", and he
Yeah,
been here a while. So
he's a tall guy.
he got good hands, man. And I was like, oh man, this dude can mean something. Like 6'6", hands like that. Those are red zone type of guys. Those are red zone type of guys, man. Gonna go up and get it, or they're gonna get a PI, something of that nature, man. And you know, at that 6'6" with a wingspan like that, Dak he sometimes sell the ball. So maybe he had to go get that one because it was behind him. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So he caught my eye, man. I would like to see him more. Everybody can't make the 53, but man, with MG, down, and like I said, man, I would like to see that guy, be suited up, man. Seriously, I'd like to see him be suited up, man. He made some good catches, man. With the ball, with that type of force behind you, reach back there with one arm, and that's pretty good, man. Kevin Joseph, he was whatever his name is. Is that Boss Man Fitz?
That's Boss Man Fett.
Oh, that's the one with the murder friends.
Yes.
Ooh, that boy should probably drop that ball. You don't want to show up him. Mm-mm. I would apologize. afterward. I'm sorry, man. I ain't try to catch you.
Yeah, I didn't mean to celebrate either.
But what we do? Okay, we'll get to that in a minute, Corey. But he caught my eyes because of his length. Wide receivers, typical wide receivers, 6'2", 6'3", stuff like that. Them 6'6", those are tight end heights and things of that nature, man. So him 6'6", with the agility that he has, he can move. He ain't slow. I like him, man. I would like to see him be a part of this team going forward, not just the practice squad, man. I would like to see him get some real reps out there, like in game. And this other guy we got, man. Dude, he came from the USFL.
Cavante Turpin.
Oh man, dude, the speed. They say he's 4'3".
He's 5. How tall is he? He's like
No,
5.
I mean he run 4'3", in the 40.
He said that his best time was a 4.24. He said that in his Cowboys interview.
Now, mind you, I wasn't even thinking, but when I saw him, I said, "Wait, the USFL." Because see, on Skip and Shannon, at the end of the show, they would give the USFL some light, and they showed him twice. And Skip was like, "This dude is bound for the NFL." So it's funny how that, all that came about, man. Because even Shannon said, you get him in open space, it's over. You're done. Shannon, like, you get him in open space, it's over, man. 5'9". Yeah, I wasn't talking about his height. But yeah, those two, man, specifically are the ones that really like caught my eye. And I hear a lot of talk about the receiver we drafted. A lot of people saying he's really smart. They saying it's like he's been there before. They saying not cocky. He don't overthink things. They said you can tell he's like this is things that Tony Pollard was saying about him. Mm-hmm. Not Tony Pollard. What's his name? The boy with the colorful hair. CeeDee Lamb.
The boy with the colorful hair.
CeeDee Lamb said he's smart. He said he's smart. He know the game. He don't overthink things. He don't try to be too overly aggressive just to show off. CeeDee Lamb said go out there and just do his job, and he's willing to learn. He said anytime somebody come to you, even if they think they messed up, like, hey, what I did wrong, what I need to do, like. So I like that coming from CeeDee Lamb. Because, most guys always say, they say the typical thing that they say, man, oh, yeah, he's ready, blah, blah, blah. But CeeDee Lamb, like, man, he's smart. You rarely hear him say he's smart. He asks questions. You know what I'm saying? He's a humble dude. So I'm excited about those three players in particular. I ain't really paid attention to the other, what's his name? Tyron, what's his name? We drafted him.
Tyler Smith.
I ain't really paid attention to that. I haven't seen much of him. I am glad to see. Well, I don't want to get into that yet, but those are the three people that I've really been hearing. That's all I've been hearing about. Every time I'm on somebody's channel, they're talking about those three. In particular, Turpin and Vasher. Those two in particular. They making some noise out there, man, and I would like to see those guys stay a part of this organization, man, for the long run. Because you talk about 4'2", 4'3", with CeeDee Lamb speed and Tony Pollard speed, and you put them out there together, man. Guys don't know what to do. Only certain people can cover. you got your DBs covering who they cover. So a linebacker gonna have to get on one of these speed guys, and that's when you open up the field, and somebody gonna be open. You know,
Yep.
I just hope for the sake of all the weapons, because we do have some weapons at this point. We have weapons every year, but at this point, you got guys coming and talking about he run a 4.2. What? So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for those guys, man, because we already know the vets that are already here, all that good stuff. We can use some more speed on this team. You know, when Zeke came in 2016, that was speed. I mean, you just couldn't do nothing with him in 2016, man. You know, I always think back to he had a touchdown versus Cincinnati back in 2016. Pac-Man Jones was right beside him and still couldn't catch him. Zeke just ran on, clean through the middle, right past him. Pac-Man Jones right there. Couldn't do nothing with him. Or you can go back to the Pittsburgh game with the game-winning touchdown. Just clean up through the middle, man. You know, I miss that speed, man. Tavon also had that speed, but, you know, Tavon, he's just a fast guy. He's just a gadget guy, man. You know, you can only use him so much, and he stayed injured and all that good stuff. And we thought Ryan Switzer was going to be that guy, but this guy, Turbin, he actually coming in and had already played at a professional level in the USFL, regardless if you want to get that credit or not. The dude fast, he can move, he can catch, he can run. He's a good return guy. You need people like that on your team, you know what I'm saying, when you can't when your workhorses, need a breather, You got Zeke, you got TP, now you got that guy who's also fast. So I'm excited for those guys, man. Those are the names I've really been hearing about. How you feel about it?
No, I like the names you gave. My first name I'm gonna talk about is Josh Ball. We drafted him last year. He was a redshirt guy, really stepping in. Matt Wallesco, who we drafted this year, is out with a shoulder injury. His shoulder keeps popping in and out. And Josh Ball, second-year players, taking advantage of those reps. I need one of these guys to win the swing tackle position, right? I'm tired of these old veterans. When it's time to step in and play, they can't do it. I need someone that's going to step in for Tyron Smith when he misses his couple of games every year that he misses. And I need Dak Prescott comfortable, right? So Josh Ball is having a great camp. I like the receivers you brought up. I want to bring one that no one's talking about. I think Noah Brown is having a really good training camp.
I like him, man.
85. I think Noah Brown's having a fantastic training camp.
I haven't seen anything.
He's stepping up. He's making plays. He's there for Dak. And there's another guy. He wears number 3. His last name is Houston. He's a big guy. Cowboys are really giving him an opportunity. He's working with the ones. He's working with the twos. I can't think of his first name. I just know his last name's Houston. The Dallas Cowboys made a post about him on Twitter yesterday. And Houston is I feel like can be if this guy can come up here and mold and stuff, our wide receiver depth is going to be pretty good. It's going to be really good. James Washington, I've seen him do some things, wide receiver drills, and he came up and I was like, damn, why is a tight end doing a wide receiver drill? And that next thing I know, he turns around, it's 83. Damn, that's James Washington. This is a big dude, fifth quarter. This is a big dude, right? And so we have all these pieces on offense. Kellen Moore has to figure it out. Amari Cooper talked about if they want to feature CeeDee Lamb, then he will be a playmaker, right? So that means if Kellen Moore wants to scheme, any of these players at any given moment, just like he schemed Amari Cooper against the Minnesota Vikings with Cooper Rush as the quarterback, okay? He has to be able to do that game in, day out. Don't give me your best 300 plays, and then after week 6, dude, we're stale. I'm tired of that. Mike McCarthy talked about he missed his play calling. Well, then call the plays, because I don't know how you can sit there and have this offensive coordinator be stale, be stagnant, be predictable, right? And that's one thing I like Turpin. I like you brought up Turpin. I know he was doing some jet sweeps like the Lucky Whitehead roll. It's just a matter of will it be predictable? I know Space Cowboy talked about that on his video yesterday that I watched, and he brought up a good point. Will it be predictable? And
reverses and things like that.
Yes, the jet sweeps, all that crap.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. That's what they normally do with those type of guys too. I didn't even think about that. To your point about Mike McCarthy, I saw that too. I'm like, well, man, call the plays.
Exactly. call the plays. Just have them schematic the stuff and go on your merry and call some plays because it's frustrating fifth quarter. But this training camp, man, what's some expectations for you for veteran guys like DeMarcus Lawrence or Micah Parsons now that he's in his second year? Let's just talk about sophomore players. Let's not talk about veterans. Let's talk about sophomore players like Oso Digizua, Quentin Bohanna, Micah Parsons. Let's talk about 2-year players coming in. What player do you want to see the most in this training camp and preseason to really step up and that you didn't really see last year?
Well, I don't know if I want to be honest with you. Sometimes you can see a flash from a guy, then you're like, oh, this guy, this. I want Diggy Zua to really step up because, we always just have an issue when we played San Francisco. Man, they ran that wheel, man. They did what they wanted to do. Micah Parsons, man, I don't want him to get complacent, man. I saw him do a little thing where he's like, just have more sacks than last year, man. I don't. It's not about the sacks, man. It's just about how you affect the game completely, Don't just get overly, thinking about, oh, I gotta sack him, I gotta sack him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think Dan Quinn used him. And when I remember one play, Michael Parsons was effective in Jabril Cox catching an INT. Mm-hmm. Michael Parsons was downfield being effective in that way. Sometimes you can be effective in more than the game. I understand the sack counts, you know what I'm saying? Sacks bring them big contracts, but there's a Cowboys fan 1980. What's up, my brother? It's like you said, every time me and you had our back and forth about DeMarcus Lawrence, you said he's effective in more parts than just sacks. You talk about the running game, all that. How he ain't caught a pick six for a touchdown. If you want to call it pick six, whatever. But that's big, man. Catching that ball right down that line when it got the most velocity on it, coming right off that line, catching and taking it all the way back. That's big, man. Now he's trimmed down a little bit more. He's leaned out, less body fat. He said he weighed about the same, but his body fat is, a lower percentage. So, I want Micah Parsons to just be the overall. It's hard to say when somebody won, the award he won last year. Just stay the line, man, and just learn the game more because you got the talent, you got the speed, you got the ability to go out there and get double-digit sacks every season. But you got to get that smarts down a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Because he talked about it. Asked him a couple of guys that gave him trouble, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't think of the guy name who played with the Eagles, the defensive the tackle with the Eagles." He mentioned, and he said it wasn't the fact that I couldn't beat him. He said the dude was so smart. He said I couldn't. It wasn't my ability or my speed. He said he was just so smart. He put himself in position so I couldn't beat him. I run a 4.40. This guy weighs 340 pounds. And I can't even get around him because he's smart. And he said, and so that's why I want him to improve the smarts, the mental part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Once he get that down, once Michael Parsons get that part down, Lord have mercy. Bohanna, I think Bohanna got a long way to go. I like his aggressiveness. I like that, but his technique just wasn't there for me last year. His hand work, it just wasn't there for me last year, But I like him though. I like him. They got the team seem to like I said, for me, Diggy Zua, man. I didn't see him get in the backfield before. I want him to get a little bit. Like I said, most of these guys, they the ability, they know what they want to do, but it's just the mental part of it. It's just the mental part. Once they get smart, once they get football smart, we got the players, man. We got the coach Dan Quinn. He's the man. He know what to do with his defense. He take every play he got and use them to their best ability. People hate him to put Michael Parsons in the passing game, but the man that had a couple pass breakups last year, man. The dude fast. Like I said, he was the reason Jabril Cox got an INT, man. So that's what I pretty much want to see from those guys. Just like the vets, D Law, man. He gonna do what he do. He said this year he was able to lean out because he didn't have to focus on rehabbing. He said he could really focus on training. So, It wasn't, being on the resistant bands all summer or all this. It was just eating better and being in the gym and leaning out. So I like to hear you can see it in his face smaller, his neck smaller. You can see, I told you on the phone, he looked like he did in 2014. Physically, I mean. The dude looked good. LVE, man, I'm hoping he have a better year, man. 2 years ago, he fell off a cliff. Last year was a little better. 2 years ago, he fell off. I don't know what happened, but last year was a little better, man. He had one play where he stopped Debo dead up. It was a good play, man. In the playoff, man, he made a good play. So hopefully he's a veteran linebacker, He's the Sean Lee gone, Jalen gone. He's a veteran linebacker, So he got to be better. I'm happy to see your boy back. I know you love Jabril Cox. Seemed like a humble dude, man. I'm happy to see him back. We saw the hit he put on Danny Dimes, man. Lord have
Danny
mercy.
Pennies.
He put a hit on him, and I'm excited. Like I said, we got the talent. The talent is there. The athleticism is there. These guys are energetic. They're all in shape. I can say that about them. They all in shape. Margaret Price is in shape. Vanderett stay in shape. D-Law's in top shape. You know what I'm saying? They all in shape, man. I'm just excited, man. I don't really have to say much about Trayvon Diggs. Even he said he got to get better at reading certain plays and not trying to just count them picks up, man. So yeah, man, just overall with those guys, man, I'm just excited and now that I feel like this San Francisco game is probably the biggest learning lesson we've had. Because when you top 5 defense all year, you get caught. Now, here's the thing. They got away from that Hot Boys moniker because they stunk it up a couple years ago. But then they came in last year, and we were pretty much top 5 defense all year. You know what I'm saying? Interceptions. Everybody was getting interceptions, fumbles. Man, it was just bad, man. Cowboys really was a no-fly zone for a while. After about game 2 or 3, you're doing good when Anthony Brown got a pick six.
Yeah.
Anthony Brown got a pick six. We had
Carlos Watkins pick 6.
We had one guy. What his name? We got him from the Jets. Basham.
Terrell Basham.
Man, he walked it in like Deion Sanders, man. When he got his pick 6. Everybody just pick 6 all over the place, man. And I tell you who disappointed me, man, when he came back. Your boy, man. What's his name? The boy. He was injured with the arm, the elbow all year.
Oh, Neville Gallimore.
He disappointed me, man. I don't know, man. Maybe he wasn't ready. It was more than the elbow. I don't care what they say. But he disappointed. He didn't show up at all San Francisco game. He didn't show up. They weren't ready, honestly, man. They were. Mike McCarthy didn't get them guys ready. He didn't get the team ready. Period. When you're the head coach, you said, "Oh, I saw fear and someone was scared." What are you talking about? You're the coach. What are you talking about? They're scared. You know what I'm saying? They're like a sergeant major. They go out on the battlefield. They come back. They leave with 300 dudes. Come back with 20. He got to ask somebody. What are you gonna say, man? They were scared. Man, you didn't get them ready before you went out there. So he got to do a better job because the talent is there, man. When you look at that team overall, and I know I'm running on, but when you look at that team overall, the talent that we have is Super Bowl quality talent. It's up here, man. Mike McCarthy smashing watermelons.
Monkey butt.
He bringing in monkey butt powder. What is he doing, man? What is he doing? What are you doing? And
he has a hard time motivating men.
And then you always talk about I know how to win Super Bowl. Man, show us, man. Show us, man. At one point, I can go outside and do 10 backflips. That was 15 years ago. I can't do that no more. Talk about what you used to do, man. Because to be honest with you, wrote Aaron Rodgers' coattail.
Yeah, and he had Aaron Rodgers a long time. He only pulled in one Super Bowl.
Only one Super Bowl. So, yeah, man. But like I said, not to just rant, but that defense, I'm excited for everybody, man. Like I said, I love the group. I love the camaraderie they have. I love everybody, man. Anthony Brown, he's still there. So, you got to take it. You got to take it. AB's still there.
He's having a good training camp, too, though.
I saw a couple pass breaks. I saw him. He's doing pretty good, man. Safeties, man. J-Ron. I like J-Ron, man. Who's going to be back there with J-Ron?
Who's the backup for J-Ron? You got
who's going to be back there with him? Malik Hooker and J-Ron Curse?
Malik Hooker, J-Ron Curse, yep.
Okay. I like that. So let me ask you this, man. Second year guys, how you feel about second year guys and the veteran guys on the defensive side of the ball?
On the defense side of the ball, second year guys.
Yeah.
Well, dang it, I was going to do second year guys all around the board here.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about our last pick in last year's draft, center Mac Forniak out of Nebraska. All right, he's going to get some reps there at the center position. Tyler Biadasz is really inconsistent at that center spot. You got to make Dak Prescott comfortable, right? So
yep.
I'm watching Matt Forniak this training camp. I'm watching Matt Forniak because he's going to get a lot of playing time this preseason. Cowboys stashed him last year. He did play a couple of games there towards the end, but I want to see Matt Forniak really come in here and do something. I like what I'm seeing so far from Forniak, but I want him to continue. Another second-year guy for me that I wanted to discuss was Makwamu, one of the safeties, right? I want to see him excel in special teams. He had a couple of pass breakups on Turpin and things of that nature, TJ Vasher. So if someone was to go down, can Makwamu step in there and at that, at the free safety position, strong safety, wherever they want to put him and make plays, right? The Cowboys, they spent a lot of time in this draft process. Mike McCarthy, I got to give it to him. He can't motivate men, but he can damn sure put a draft class together. So those are my two second-year guys. Because we talked about we talked about Quentin Bohanna already. Jabril Cox, another second-year guy towards ACL, my guy. I wasn't shocked that he was participating in training camp. A lot of people thought he was going to start on PUP, but he didn't. And so him getting these reps, trying to get his feet underneath them, get ready for live action here August 13th against the Broncos. I can't wait to see it. But we got Dallas Cowboy fan 1980 in the house.
Yes, sir.
A member of the round table from back in the day. This is just the half table show, but maybe we can get a three-quarter show going one of these days. But I want to talk about this comment right here by Corey. By Corey here, he talked about, well, do y'all see Marquis Bell making the roster? And I don't. I got into a little debate on Twitter with some guys. They believe in the kid. There's no knock. It was a respectable argument. They really believe in the kid. This guy is going against veterans. This guy has a lot to prove to even make a 53-man roster, right? So, one of the discussions that were had on the Twitter thread was that he had the best mini camp ever in shorts and in helmets. He had the best mini camp ever. It don't work that way.
No.
Look at Simi Fehoko, right? He had a damn good training camp. Preseason came on, the lights came on. Simi Fehoko was not there.
Folded
there
last year, man.
You look at Hardy, right? He even played week 18 against the Eagles.
He scored too. He scored.
Yeah, he scored. This guy's cut. He's looking for a job, right?
Looking for a job, yeah.
It's an uphill battle. And what the guy said, you act like you're on the coaching staff. Listen, I don't have to be on the coaching staff to know the obstacles of a training camp.
Hey, look.
For a rookie.
3 years ago, Lance Lenore had a great training camp. He was the talk of the camp, man. Gone. He just got signed by the Eagles yesterday.
Already cut.
He got signed to the Eagles practice squad.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So, Marquis Bell, I know there was a lot of hype around him, but there's a reason why 32 teams didn't draft him. There's something going on there. 32 teams didn't draft him. They wanted him after the fact, and Cowboys were able to get him and compete. I wish the kid luck. I wish no harm, no foul on the kid. I just, if he comes in here and I'll come on this show, I'll make a separate video. I'll do whatever I got to do to say I was wrong. But we're acting like this is the next Jeff Heath, or we're acting like this is the next Barry Church.
Terrific Cowboy, what's up?
And so it's hard to project if he's going to make this team because, number one, I haven't heard his name in all training camp. Dallas Cowboy media could tell me to watch out for him all day long, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, he's making plays. Until I can see some highlights or a pick six or a pass breakup or sticky coverage or something, it's hard for me to say he's going to do anything. So I appreciate that question, Corey.
Yeah, let me ask you this, man. We be talking about a lot of stuff off camera. So, I ask you this every year. Are you worried about Tyron Smith yet?
Never. My answer
So,
ain't going to change.
how you feel about Terrence Steele, man? You expect him to be as good as he was this previous year?
Man, I was on the phone with you, and I also talked to Joe, Cowboys blog, and I was like, man, my gut instinct is telling me Terrence Steele ain't gonna fill in like he's supposed to. But that's the benefit of having Nat Wallesco. That's the benefit of having Josh Ball, right? Cowboys can protect themselves here just in case doo-doo pants becomes doo-doo pants again, right? So it's a matter of let's evaluate him. How much the Cowboys going to play him? I'm pretty sure he's going to play some preseason games. I really think he has to. Dak, Zeke, I don't care if those guys play or not. Just let them play the third game, right? But Terrence Steele, Tyler Biadasz, Tyler Smith, these three guys, if they want that starting position, I feel like they have to play all three games. I really do.
Right.
So that's how I feel about that fifth quarter.
All right, me as far as Tyron Smith, I've been ready to move on. I've been ready to move on the last 3 years. I think it's the time to go at this point. He's Sean Lee. Every year, it's gonna be an injury. It's gonna be an injury that affects the team in a negative way. Either on that side, Dak won't have the proper pass protection that he needs, or whoever they're gonna get a lot of holding calls and mess up things on a good pass. Everybody be like, well, he's gonna miss a couple of games, man. Those 1 or 2 games are affecting. They affect us negatively, man. When Sean Lee was off the field, while what was his name? He was the big old linebacker out of Alabama. No, 55. We had for the Cowboys.
Armando McLean.
When he was suspended, Sean Lee was off the field. We had Justin Durant. We had Kyle Wilber. And it was another one. Oh, what's his name? He went and won a title with the Chiefs.
Anthony Hitchens.
And no, not him. Oh, we had him.
Williams.
No.
Wilson.
Yeah, him. So I feel like when a guy like that, Tyron Smith, what he used to be, even when he's gone, him there is still 50% of Tyron Smith is still better than a lot of guys that we have as backups. So when he's gone, it affects us in a bad way, man. And I just feel like we need to focus on that position right there with Tyron at, man. I've been saying that for years. I'm just ready to move on from Tyron Smith, man. I hope Terrence Steele can't. I hope it wasn't just a 1-year thing. I hope it wasn't a one-hit wonder type deal. I really hope he can be that effective again because he was good. Even when they put him to the other side, it only took a game or two to get adjusted. But on that right side, he was better than what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Lyle Collins.
He was better than Lyle Collins. Terrence Steele even scored a touchdown, man. Tyler Biadasz, man, I just don't think that's it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's it. I remember, my thing is defense. Cowboys champ, what's up? My thing is defense. You know what I'm saying? You talking about linebackers, you talking about D-line, safeties, DBs. I could talk to you all day. So I asked you, I said, why was Travis Frederick, looked at as this, all time. So you like, dude, remember I asked you when he pointed and when he talking, what is he saying? And you were like, he's telling them about who's going to blitz, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. And you said he's one of the best at his job. And I just don't see Tyler Biadasz. He can't be Travis Frederick, but he's not even doing his job either. The basics, you know what I'm saying? He's not even doing the basics. So,
no, I'm glad you brought that up because Nate Newton, I was watching a podcast, not a podcast, one of the Dallas Cowboys shows. And he said, I need to talk to Biadasz. He goes, I need to give him a pointer. He goes, when they're going through walkthroughs, he'll get a good hit, but his feet stops moving. He said, that's not good technique. He said, I need to pull him to the side and tell him, keep moving your feet, look in other directions and do other things to get your feet acclimated so you can develop that habit. So when you're in a game, your feet never stop moving. So Nate Newton has seen a little flaw in Tyler Biadasz and wants to work with them to fix it.
Cowboys champ said, I wanted Tyler Lindman. Like you said, man, if Connor Williams go down there and be a good center, then the Cowboys are just, I don't know what to say. He was the best center in the draft. We should have got him. Coming into this year, confidence, Connor McGovern, how you feel, man?
If Connor McGovern can stay on the right side and back up Zach Martin, Connor McGovern is going to be just fine. I wouldn't even mind seeing Connor McGovern play some right tackle this preseason. I really. Who said it? I can't. Was it Lyle Collins? He was like, well, when he was switching from left to right, they're asking, what the big difference is, and he was like, I don't know. It's like wiping your ass with your left hand when you're right-handed. That's what he said. So Connor McGovern cannot wipe his ass with his left hand because he sucks at that left side position. I want to see McGovern stay at the right side fifth quarter, and I want to see him get some right tackle play. Because I know Zach Martin's going to be the GOAT and be Zach Martin, but where can I put Connor McGovern the best? Because at the right side, he's the best. At the left side, he can't do it.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I want to see him step up. I walked in the room. He said he's strongest he ever been. He said last year he was benching 325. Now he's benching 340. I mean, that don't mean nothing. They keep switching Connor McGovern and Tyler Smith in practice. They need to stop that.
Yes.
They need to stop that.
They need to stop that because McGovern's not going to win the job. Get McGovern over to the right side.
They need to stop doing that, man. They need to stop. I don't like that at all, man. But so yeah, man. I think Tyron Smith. I think Tyron Smith can teach Tyler Smith a lot. Is he gonna play beside him? Because, dude, I'm telling you, like I know, you know better than me because your Cowboy memory is impeccable. When we had Tyron Smith and Ron Leary over there, Lord have mercy.
It was Lord good.
Have mercy. And I promise you, we took Doug Free for granted. Doug Free, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Even at the end of your career, I'm sorry, man. You had a lot of holders, but man, it ain't been right ever since. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, and we had such a good line. We had Doug Free, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, Ronald Leary, Tyron Smith. I mean, that was the best window of opportunity to go get us a Super Bowl because we had Des Bryant, we had Terrence Williams, we had Cole Beasley, we had DeMarco Murray. We had so much talent, and a catch determined us whether to advance or whether not to advance.
That year, I'm gonna say it every time we talk about it.
2014
had 16 touchdowns. T. Will had 8. Gavin Escobar, people don't even know that name, had 4. People don't even know that name. Gavin Escobar had, dude, we was rolling. DeMarco Murray had countless amount of yards. Man, oh my God. Tony Romo lit it up in 2014. He lit it up, man. That was T. Will breakout year. That's when he did a little swag dance. Oh man, that was our year. Such a great year. Anyway, moving right along. So, Cowboys champ say, guys, what's your opinion on the wide receiver positions? You want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first, man.
Okay.
Cowboys champ, great question, man. Because at the first of the show, we talked about Turpin, we talked about Vasher, we talked about James Washington, Michael Gallup. I really think he's going to at least miss the first 6 weeks. I don't see him playing week 1, week 2, especially if the Cowboys are having success. They probably won't rush to bring him back, right? So I'm thinking anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks is his timeline to come back, right? So CeeDee Lamb. It was Nate Newton on this show that I watched too that said when Lamb runs a 5-yard out or a 10-yard out, something to pick up a first down, he's dropping the football. Nate Newton said he has to clean that up.
Wow.
What was the trend last year for CeeDee Lamb? Yes, he can make spectacular catches, one hand, with no fans in the stadium against the Vikings and all these other catches, catch in the middle, take a hit. But you have to be able to catch 3rd and 5.
He does drop those.
Yes, he
I never
does.
thought about, it being, in that form, but dang, that's true.
Yeah. So he has to be able to catch those balls. I need CeeDee Lamb to be consistent. I don't need CeeDee Lamb to drop passes when it matters. I need CeeDee Lamb to make big plays when his number is called, which he's capable of doing it. But I need him to make clutch catches when we need him the most. When we're winning 14-0, I don't need you to catch a 40-year-old ball and bust the Uzi out. When we're tied against the Raiders in overtime, right? He didn't play that game. He was hurt with a concussion, but I'm just using this as a scenario. When we're tied up in overtime with the Raiders, 30-30, I need CeeDee Lamb to go put us in field goal range and let one of our field goal kickers kick the football, or go make a touchdown, right? I
Right.
need CeeDee Lamb to be that guy. James Washington, I know they're going to move him around. Noah Brown, I talked about him. He's having a great training camp, but the lights need to come on, and he needs to show consistency there. Their wide receiver group, I really feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, to me, this is wide receiver by committee. You could tell me CeeDee Lamb's the number one wide receiver all day long, but I won't believe it till I see it, because right now, to me, it's wide receiver by committee. You don't get guys like Turpin and get Houston out there and get James Washington. You don't get all these guys are running with the ones. So that tells me they're building a block for a wide receiver by committee.
I didn't think about it like that. That's a good point. I'm gonna get to your question, Cowboys champ, and Michael Rodriguez. I'm gonna get your question too. But me, CeeDee Lamb, like I said, and now that I think about it, most of the time, it's a short end route that he's dropping. I never thought about it till you just brought like it's a short end route. It really is. Them deep balls, you can catch them. I don't care though. Like you said, that touchdown pass when he twisted his body in the end zone, I don't care. Empty stadium, then man, I don't care. Dumb short bomb you a 59-yard pass versus the Eagles, I don't care. But you're right, 35, whether it's an in or out, whatever, we need that. You're right, he do. I never thought about that. He does need to clean that up. Spectacular catches don't make you a number one, man. Spectacular catches don't make you a number one, man. They don't, they don't mean nothing, man. They don't mean nothing. Like, and like you said, it is wide receiver by committee. It's number one by committee. They stacking that wide receiver core. They just seeing who they need. Man, I ain't never think about it like that, man. That is true. And they all running with the ones.
Mm-hmm.
Since when they do that? If they for sure. Wasn't nobody going out there running with the ones when Dez was there.
Nope.
That wasn't about to happen.
Nope.
Dez was like, y'all crazy? Like, that wasn't about to happen. You're right, bro. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about it like that. That wasn't, I don't care what you say. You knew it was going to be Dez and T. Will, hands down. Or nobody else running with the ones but Dez and T. Will. That's a fact. I didn't even think about it
Cole
like
Beasley.
that. And Cole Beasley. I forgot about old Measly Beasley. That was it. That when nobody nah. So I see they said Cowboys champ say they don't trust CeeDee Lamb at number one. We just got to see, man, because like you said, man, open field space, he'll catch it. But when, like you said, that pass, overtime, Dak, man, he had Noah Brown wide open. Don't get me started. That Raiders game, man, could CeeDee Lamb be afraid to get? Oh no! Have you ever seen some hit CeeDee Lamb took? Lord have mercy.
He took some hits.
Woo! And he get right up.
Yep.
Lord have mercy. Oh my God, he be getting hit so hard. I don't think he's scared to get hit, bro. I think it'd be pressure. See when Coop out there and Coop getting attention, he got CeeDee Lamb going across that field wide open. You know what I'm saying? He catch it, he can take that hit, but I think it's pressure. Man, we need this first down, this third down, and he be scared. He's just dropping, man. I think it's pressure, and now you about to have that pressure on you for 17 games. So you got to step up. We really don't know. We can't say. We don't know. We really don't know, man. We can't say. But you're right. I don't even. They don't know who their number 2 is.
Yeah,
They don't know
that's
because
why I don't know,
I
dude.
just watched them say that CeeDee Lamb has also been practicing in the slot in training camp.
Yeah, he's going to be moving around a lot. It's going to be wide receiver by committee. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
And how did that work last time?
What year was that when they said we didn't need a number 1?
The year that we traded for 2017. We traded for Amari Cooper.
Said we didn't need a number 1. Look how that worked out. That worked out.
That was a second-year Dak Prescott. Now this is a seventh-year Dak Prescott.
7th year.
There's a big difference.
Cole Beasley wants to come back. What do you guys think? Beasley can go and have a seminar with his COVID guys that don't believe COVID is real or don't believe in being safe. Go. When you think about Beasley has started trying to make every way he go about him and not about the team, man. You know, we're not thinking about Beasley, man. He always be front and center and want people to believe what he believes. He push his beliefs on everybody else, and then when they don't believe what he believes, he pushed back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't been about football for Beasley, man. People don't remember Beasley had quit when he first came to the Cowboys.
I'm about to bring that up. His first training camp, a weekend.
He quit.
He quit.
So, you know, it's whatever, man. You know, sometimes guys think they're bigger than who they are. When you hype their head up, the sauce, he started giving a lot of touchdowns, and, you know, he poured a lot of hot sauce. His head got too big for him, man. His head got way too big for him, bro. The Joe said, so we don't need that, man. There's already enough going on with this organization. We don't need Beasley. You know, we got enough, man. We got enough speed guys. We got enough guys that can, you know, play the slide. We all right, man. We don't need Beasley. We'll probably have a bigger role in the passing game this year, similar to Deebo Samuel. They asked part of that in training camp. He said, yeah, and they said, why you think you'll have a bigger role? He said, well, instead of just substitute with Zeke, I'm on the field with him a lot now. You know, instead of just being substitute, he said, we on the field at the same time a lot. But I'm thinking, tell me, man, kill him more, man, please. But he said, yeah, he's going to have a bigger role. And, you know, this is his contract year. He's going to say something about it. Ain't this his contract year?
And you guys shout out, subscribe to Cowboys Champ. He's also a content creator.
Yes, sir.
So definitely subscribe to him. But when people bring up Deebo Samuel and Turpin or Pollard in the same sentence, Deebo had Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDaniel. There's a big difference. We got Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel wasn't even scheming offensive players, and the Jaguars it wasn't the Jaguars, it was the Dolphins. The Dolphins picked Mike McDaniel, who had no say-so in the offense, over a guy who was controlling the entire offense of Kellen Moore. That should tell you something. An NFL franchise said, I'll pick the other guy that wasn't scheming or calling plays. That was Kyle Shanahan's job.
Wasn't even calling plays.
Versus the guy that was managing the offense and calling the plays.
Because please believe Kyle Shanahan called them plays.
That blows my
Versus a guy who has been the head of the realm for the last 2-3 years, who was calling all the plays. They picked somebody that wasn't calling one single play. He just had the job title. That let you know right there.
Look at Jason Garrett. He's on the Sunday Night Football team now for NBC. He made it a year and a half as an offensive coordinator. Nobody wants him as a head coach. Kellen Moore is in those footsteps. Scott Linehan ain't back in the National Football League. Chris Richard, he's over there doing stuff with the Saints. But you look at Jason Garrett's coaching staff, where are they at?
Oh, that's a good point. Golly.
And Kellen Moore is the last one. Why? Because Jerry Jones's ego.
Because his ego. He don't want to feel like he was wrong. He don't want to let everybody go. He don't want to feel like he was wrong. He didn't even fire Gary. He let Gary's contract run out.
This is why when I hate doing the comparison of Deebo to Turpin or to Pollard. Why? Because we don't have Kyle Shanahan and we don't have Mike McDaniel.
The one thing Kyle Shanahan going to do, he going to scheme for Deebo to run. Once you figure it out, he going to go to something else and Deebo going to run some more. He's just that good, man. You figured out, okay, you got that back now. Okay, let me put Debo back at receiver. Now, that's what Kyle Shanahan does, man. Those are good coaches. Kellen Moore, please. How many screen passes we saw last year? How many comebacks we saw last year? How
Same
many
route
screen
tree.
passes Dak throw over people's head or throw down? How you can't throw a screen pass at somebody that's standing still?
Michael Rodriguez says Jason Garrett's on USFL, and he's also he took Drew Brees' spot on NBC.
Yeah, he on NBC now. I don't think he on USFL anymore.
But no, dude.
Besides,
I
besides
don't know.
Ziggy Palmer, do you think there's
What else
another
you got
running
for
back?
the show here before we head out fifth quarter? This was the first half table show, man. What else you got for the show before we hop on out of here?
Hold up. Besides Zeke and Pollard, do you think there will be another running back on this staff who will have a breakout year? No. What you call got hurt? What's his name? McDowell, Down.
Dowdle.
He was pretty good. He got hurt, but Tony Pollard said he's back out there looking good. Let's talk about our starting running back and quarterback before we get out of here.
Oh, Zeke and Dak.
Yeah, 421. All right. So let me go in on Dak first. All right. So years ago, when people used to try to cut our throat for saying how we felt about Dak, they would always say, "You gotta wait." Quarterback normally have that breakout within their fifth year. What year is Dak in? 7.
7.
Dak is in his 7th year, and you got guys saying stuff that they should have said in his 2nd year. He's saying he went to Miami, his footwork and got better in his 7th year. They're talking about ball velocity in his 7th year.
More velocity, more horsepower.
We're talking about horsepower, velocity, and footwork in year 7 with one of the biggest NFL contracts ever signed for quarterback. One of them. And we're talking about things you're talking about in your 3rd year. But they was telling us in 2017, 2018, it's on they 5th year. Their 5th year beat it. Listen, man.
Oh, it was 3rd year.
The 3rd year, yeah. Prescott has to bring this organization a Super Bowl. I don't care what nobody say. I said this last year. When your defense has a bet with you on who's going to score the most touchdowns, and your job is to score touchdowns, something wrong. How am I having a conversation with you about who's going to score more touchdowns? They're like I'm a truck driver. They're like me coming to your job who sell trucks telling you, Mike, I'm going to sell more trucks than you today. I don't know how to sell trucks. I drive them. I don't know how to sell them. So when D-Law had that bet with Dak about which side of the ball was going to score more touchdowns,
thank you, Michael.
You thinking like, what are you talking about? Love the show, bro. Appreciate you, Michael. Like, what are you talking about, man? Prescott has to bring his organization a Super Bowl. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to talk about. Jerry Jones has done a lot of wrong, but to get you, to put you in position to win, he's done a lot of right. Amari Cooper got you your contract. Amari Cooper got you your contract.
Ooh.
We went and got speed guys. We went and got route guys. We went and got slot guys. We talked about that 40 burger with CeeDee Lamb. We went and got him.
Don't say we. I didn't do that 40 burger crap.
No, when I said we're talking about Cowboy Nation.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm excluding us because I mean we just everything you could ever need, Dak. Thanksgiving versus the Raiders, our ball. You throw it to the ground when Noah Brown is wide open. In your 6th year, you throw the ball to the ground. There's no excuses for that. I don't hear nothing this year. They talk about, my shoulder wasn't right. I'm lean as I ever been. You lean as you ever been. When has Tom Brady ever been lean in 7 Super Bowls? And I'm not comparing you to Tom Brady. I'm comparing you to a quarterback who's on the stature as yours. When has Drew Brees, that little short midget, ever been lean? Name a time Peyton Manning never had love handles.
Peyton Manning had a beer gut.
And love handles. Name a time. Like, stop saying that. That doesn't control. Your running don't mean nothing. It means nothing. I'm running back more. No, you're a quarterback, not a running back. Call the game better, man. And then they try to put it off on the, oh man, The ref messed us over. He picked up the ball. Man, it's their job to place the ball down, man. This Kellen Moore, and there's no accountability over there.
How do you not know the ref has to touch the ball?
Why are you touching? Like, why you ain't like?
How do you not know the ref has to touch the ball?
Dude, on top of that, 21, man, I mean, we just got to face the fact. 21, we saw the best of 21, 2016, and 2017. I don't care how much weight he lose. I don't care. Like Shannon Sharp said, only person he ever saw that ever took that many hits or has that many carries in their career that has kind of went up as the year went on was Adrian Peterson. He said he never saw it again.
It's true.
Never. He said AP Joe's a different guy. He said never saw it again. You can name all the Hall of Fame running back, man. It just don't work that way. His body beat up. You can lose all the weight you want, man. But that weight comes back on. Like it just we've seen the best of them. Marsh, what's up, man? To be honest with you, man, you know, you're paying the guy that much money, you got to start him. But these coaches, man, dude, like you said earlier, when they mentioned Debo, TP, and Turbin in the same conversation, people are like, man, we can use TP like Debo. Man, come on, man. Look who our coaches are, man. They stubborn. Kellen Moore not gonna use TP was, man, listen. Speed, run, pass, whatever, man, we're not going to use them because the Cowboys think in 2022, where linebackers and defensive linemen can run them at the same speed, he think that you just still run that ball up the middle because he think we got the O-line from 2014. Zeke is running into brick walls. So when your running back ain't good as he be, why don't you scheme around his ability? You got to scheme around his ability. You're like, okay, Zeke can't make this cut no more. Zeke can't do this no more. We can't do this swing pass and Zach Martin and Tyron Smith get out there and run it how they did in 2016 when they did it, when Zeke ran that one against Pittsburgh on the sideline. We can't do that no more. Stop doing that. So they toss it to Zeke, them linemen take off. There's a linebacker back there and get us a loss of 2 yards. It's just not the same. We can't do those plays no more. These guys' bodies be. Zach Martin's starting to go down more now. Still one of the best right tackles in the NFL. I mean, right guards in the NFL. But he's starting to go down with that knee. You can't just do it no more. We still think we can do what we did Zeke rookie year, DeMarco Murray in 2014. We don't scheme, run and play straight up the middle. Straight up the middle. Straight running the brick wall. Zeke get 3 yards. It's so frustrating, man. And those two guys they're the helm of the table, man. Zeke and Dak, man. They really make the ship go, bro. And to be honest with you, man, it's just been lackluster performances from both of them. It's been lackluster. Zeke was pitiful last year. Zeke yards has went down every year. Every year they went down. I think he averaged 50 last year, if I'm not mistaken. Man, the type of money he making, come on, man. Come on, man. The Cowboys getting right back in there. When we first started around, I talked about how we was in Cap Hill. We going right back there. I don't know what's wrong with Jerry Jones, his son. I don't know what's wrong with him, man. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with him. So give me your opinion on Dak and Zeke before we get out of here, man.
Yeah, DLC said in order to win a Super Bowl, someone's got to be elite. Either it's your coach, quarterback, or defense. Micah appears to be elite, and they need to build this team around Micah and the defense. That's a fantastic point, right? Because I know when the news came out about Von Miller and Cowboy fans went on their little BF. If you watch White Chicks, you know what I'm talking about with BF. They went on their little BF.
Yeah.
And they were like, you got to get Von Miller with Parsons. You know, that type of player don't come but once in a generation. And I was like, do you realize we just drafted Micah Parsons? That's your generational player, right?
Dummy.
So, huh?
I mean, that like, come on, you serious?
And so I agree with DLC here. But no, with Dak Prescott, man, listen. Marcus Spears said it earlier this summer. He goes, now's the time to hold Dak Prescott accountable. Excuse me? You're the quarterback of America's team. You're supposed to be held at a higher standard from day one. Dak Prescott came in here. Tony Romo broke his back. Kellen Moore broke his leg. Dak Prescott was the third string quarterback, came all the way up, demolished preseason, came in 2016. Everything was set up for Dak Prescott. You take away Doug Free. Then you take away Ronald Leary. Travis Frederick retires. Zeke, that fat ass is huffing and puffing on the sidelines, right? Your defense up until late hasn't really been, right? So you're faced with adversity. And I don't want to compare Romo to Dak, right? But the reason why we could have been right there with the Browns if it wasn't for Tony Romo. Tony Romo made us 8-8 when we were supposed to be 2-15. Period. Right? 2-14. So you know what I'm saying? So Dak Prescott, I need him to elevate. Did he elevate Cedric Wilson, or did Cedric Wilson elevate Dak? I can't answer that because I don't know. Now you got CeeDee Lamb, you got James Washington, you got Turpin, you got Michael Gallup coming out. Now, Dak, you got the only two wide receivers you're familiar with is Noah Brown, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. You have this half a football field at your house. You want to throw all these football camps with your boys, with your wide receivers. Now's the time to show me that you can elevate somebody. Right? That's where I stand with Dak Prescott. The excuses have to stop, and it's time to light that lighter until it gets hot, and then you get that rim and you put it on his forearm. Time to put the heat under his ass is what I'm trying to say. Zeke, I like Zeke. He's a big contributor to this football team when it comes to blocking for Dak Prescott, picking up the blitz, etc. But I need Zeke to be elite again. I need him to at least hit the 15 and take off, gain another 20 yards, and then get caught. As of right now, he'll hit that 7 yard, he'll fall over his own feet. I don't get it. I just don't get it. We've seen a big decline, obviously, in Zeke's production, as fifth quarter talked about, but Zeke has to step up. This is going to be his last year, okay? I don't know how many players know that it's their last year, and they're in a contract year, and next thing you know, they're balling out, right? So Zeke knows that if he wants another contract with another team, this is the year that he has to step up. He changed his workout. He changed his pre-workout routine, and he changed up his warm-ups. So we'll see how that helps Zeke in the future. But Dak Prescott, it is time to hold him accountable, 80%ers. It is time. I don't want to hear excuses. I'm sick of the excuses. On the Half Table Show, if you bring those excuses, we will shut you down.
Facts.
You'll be like in the helicopter on Rebirth Island, and we're steady shooting at that helicopter. Next thing you know, it blows up. You don't pull your chute, you hit the ground, you dead. All right, that's how we're going to treat it. Okay? But no, this is the Half Table Show, fifth quarter Cowboys. Where can they find you, brother?
Fifth quarter Cowboys, man. You can find me on YouTube, fifth quarter Cowboys. You can find me on Twitter at DJ Crown J. This episode of the Half Table Show was sponsored by your mama collard greens and pig feet. And see y'all next week for episode 2.
Mama collard greens and pig feet. I love pig feet. Peace.